Wikipedia. Anime picture, he, him, she, her.
Well, guys, I think it's time to address this head on. The allegations, the things you've been hearing are true. I have to admit it. Yes, I did cut my mustache too short. Okay, that feels good to get off my chest, address the elephant in the room. I know that's what you were all thinking when you clicked on this video. It feels good to kind of get that one out in the open, feel like I can talk about it freely, but we're moving on. Today, guys, we are talking about somebody that I honestly didn't really think I'd be talking about on this channel ever again. However, I guess like when the hype dies down from the news breaking that you confirmed that you like to talk to children, eventually the views go down, the negative hype goes away, and you have to start fabricating shit to get yourself back into that limelight, and well, we're seeing that happen. Yeah, you might have guessed it, we are once again talking about DrDisrespect. Woohoo. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this whole DrDisrespect situation, the whole timeline here, I'll try and give you a brief rundown, you know, just a real bare bones explanation of what happened, because you do need just a little bit of context to fully understand just how goofy and pathetic the shit this grown man is doing on the internet. Basically, DrDisrespect is or was a huge Twitch streamer who a while back was banned off of Twitch for seemingly no reason. A few years later, a whistleblower from Twitch said that the reason that DrDisrespect was banned from Twitch was because he was inappropriately messaging a minor on the platform. A little while after this broke, DrDisrespect went onto Twitter and said, yeah, I was having inappropriate conversations with a minor. He basically said that it wasn't bad enough for him to go to prison or for like the cops to really want to get involved, but that he was having inappropriate conversations with a minor. Now, the average person, I feel like, would see this and think that this is a career-ending move. There's really no coming back from this, and you would hope that's the case. However, somehow it just wasn't. This somehow got turned into like a political issue, a left versus right thing, with people saying anybody who's attacking or doesn't support DrDisrespect anymore is just woke. They have the mind virus. And somehow thousands upon thousands of people began to proudly defend with their entire chest a 40-something-year-old man who's married with a kid, admitting that he was sexting with a minor. Pretty cool shit we're dealing with these days, huh? Anyways, as things do, all of that came and went. People stopped talking about it, people forgot about it, and well, all the people who still wanted to watch DrDisrespect, after learning about all that, they went back to watching DrDisrespect. Now, all of this happened probably like 8 months ago, and for a while, I noticed, like it normally does, that all the hype and all the drama, even though it was extremely negative on DrDisrespect's end, boosted his views quite a bit. He was doing pretty good. In these days, don't get me wrong, it's not like his views are bad or anything. He still tends to have like 10,000 people watching his streams at any given time, which is a lot of fucking people. But his videos and his streams aren't performing as well as they were than in the middle of the controversy. So I don't know if that's why he decided to do what he did earlier this week, or why he really decided to do it, but he went on a rant in a stream where he basically attacks all of his old streaming friends for not sticking by his side after he, you know, told the internet he was sexting a minor. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at today, because I think it's unbelievably goofy, it's insanely pathetic, and it's just a terrible fucking look, and I feel like more people should see it. Doing my good deed for the week. So let's not waste any more time. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
I think NickMercs is the biggest fucking pussy in the world. Lupo, obviously, he's a big ass, he's a fake. Let's go ahead and say it. Didn't talk about it before, but I'm in the mood now to talk about it. I think these fucking people are the phoniest people in the industry, man. You know what I mean, champs? I won't talk about it anymore, but I just had to say that. I did, and I know you guys know, but God, I had to say it. Biggest fucking phonies. I can call out all these people. I don't want to, though, man. You know what I mean, champs? These people have met, like those two people met Mrs. Assassin and Baby Assassin, Little Assassin, right? They met him multiple times. So for Nick to go on some fucking low-budget podcast and talk about us the way he did, like, who does that? Like, pause the music. Who does that?
Okay, so I apologize for the pretty nauseating editing of this video. I found this on Twitter. It's a pretty clean and concise summary of the rant without all the pausing in between, so please just bear with me. I find it pretty funny how this guy begins this rant by basically saying, I've said what I needed to say, I don't need to talk about it anymore, and then he blabs on about it for another 10 minutes. It's also really weird to me that he specifically calls out the fact that NickMercs and DrLupo has met his wife and kid, and that somehow should have like made them more receptive to this. Like, no, dude, I think if there's anybody in the world who should be disgusted with what you did the most, it's people who actually knew you personally and met your family. You're a grown man who admitted to talking to a minor inappropriately. Yeah, maybe the other grown men who met you as a father and met your daughter might not be super happy about that. Doesn't really seem too hard to wrap your head around to me.
Fucking phony pussy. And then Lupo's screaming at the top of his lungs. He's got 400 viewers now. No one gives a, like, he's always copied us. Transitions, promos, intros, all that stuff. He always has. Like, I'm just going to release some stuff off my mind. Disrespecting me, disrespecting Mrs. Assassin, Lil Assassin. Come on, man. That's how you get knocked the fuck out.
I feel like I'm already beating a dead horse, but saying that another man disrespected your wife and kid when you, sexted a minor while being married to the woman and being the father to that girl is kind of crazy work.
This guy thinks he's this NickMercs dude. I don't even know what happened to him. I don't know if he's still around. He thinks he's like tough guy putting his who can I knock out in a fight list together. Like first off, who does that shit, man? Second off, this guy wouldn't even fucking come close. No way. Anyways, I just don't know who, like, the type of mentality to go on and talk about someone like that. Like, you just gotta be, you're lost. You don't do that. Time out. No. Especially when you don't know shit. No one does. Fucking rat's what he is. Lupo, fake, phony rat. There's a lot of people that I don't care about. I don't care about. The issue that I have with those two is that they met Mrs. Assassin multiple times. They met Baby Assassin. They met my family. Right? They know what I'm about, you know?
All right, genuine question. Do you guys think he's playing stupid on purpose or what? I can't tell. I honestly can't tell. This seems like his character, but it also seems like he's getting a little worked up. You know, he's getting a little bothered by it. So maybe it's not. Maybe these are his true feelings coming through, but don't know how you'd come to the conclusions that he's coming to. Buddy, I don't think the problem, or like the way they would see it, is that they knew what you were about. I think it would actually be the direct opposite. They did not know what you were about, and that's why they distanced themselves from you when you, once again, admitted to inappropriately messaging a minor.
You know what I mean, champs? They got sucked in by an over-exaggerated fucking narrative that was blown up by all these little anime, desperate for attention, zero life experience people on the internet.
My brother in Christ, are you hearing the words that are leaving your mouth? Little anime, desperate for attention, zero life experience people. Would you be willing to share with the class, Mr. Disrespect, what sort of life experience you need to think texting what, like, at max has got to be a 17-year-old as a 40-year-old man is a good thing? Because you've used this phrase multiple times. I think you've said this in like every video I've made about you on this topic. You say that the people who are getting mad at you like don't have life experience. I don't think there's any positive, at least, life experience that you can go through that makes you think doing what you did is good or acceptable. I feel like that's fair.
These trolls, and it was blown out and exaggerated, and then you got people going, but you admitted it. What the fuck do we admit? Some jokes and bannering? That's what we said. Wake up. We didn't admit nothing.
Okay, so I guess I'll bite. We can sit here and play pretend, act like we're living in La La Land and try and convince ourselves, try and trick ourselves that the reason that one of Twitch's biggest streamers at the time was permanently banned purely because they found a few inappropriate jokes, maybe some memes that shouldn't have been sent between this guy and a minor. We can act like NDAs were signed, the police were contacted, the higher-ups got involved, all because of just some banter, okay? We can play stupid and act like that's what went on here. Even then, why the fuck are you talking to a child, much less a child of the opposite sex, as a 40-year-old man? Why are you befriending a 17-year-old girl on the internet that you talk to enough to get the attention of employees at Twitch? Like, seriously, I don't know if he's playing dumb or if he's just, like, missing some sort of critical thinking skill that is not allowing him to see that this situation is no good, no matter how you spin it.
Now, you're convinced, and they're all convinced by the narrative that was put out by, guess who? Rolling Stones, Washington Post, right? Little fucking depressed, deep-eyed slasher. All these people, right? These people we can't relate to. And it's unfortunate. But the real truth, after that, it was revealed. Look at these fucking fake phonies, man. I mean, you're literally, Nick's going on a podcast talking about us, champs. I don't even fucking... Look, there's a difference between having to, like, as a person in the industry, to speak up on it. And, like, for example, Tim and Z Laner, like, they're good people. They're good people. They responded in a way where it's like, hey, from what we've heard, okay, again, give me a call, shoot me a DM, whatever. Let's talk about it. Explain it in a couple minutes. Boom, that's it. But they never did that. So for those that are asking, like, you should play with Z or Timmy, the only way is they'd have to apologize. Not publicly. I don't care about it. They just come up and say, hey, made a mistake. Boom, let's get back into it. Then I'm good, right?
What a fucking baby. Holy shit, what a loser. Yeah, champs, I not only jeopardized the safety of a child, I also jeopardized the career of all my friends. They owe me an apology. Like, what a dork, my god. It's been 8 months, dude. If those people haven't apologized to you or reached out to you, that's because they don't want to. Nobody with a decent head on their shoulders wants to be affiliated with the guy who proudly announced that he was sexting a 17-year-old.
That's how I deal with shit, right? Like, hey, as long as you learn from it, you apologize, apologize, boom, we move on. This whole exaggerated narrative that was built up, so pathetic. Bunch of fucking pussies, it's what it is. We've got Bobby rallied, we got Vis. Do we have to network to stay relevant or popular or do whatever? No, champs. All these fucking other people, they need each other. They need the streamer award shows. They need a network. They need Twitch. They need to do this. We need to do a hot tub stream together. We need to fucking make sure we collab. It's like, holy shit, Dexerto, it's like a dick-sucking website for Kai Cenat. And when I'm not in a Lamborghini on the way to the arena or doing hotshot 360s to win games on the main stage in front of the brightest LED lights imaginable, I got common sense people coming up to the two-time, say, hey, two-time, what's up, man? Congratulations on the Rumble. Congratulations on the YouTube monetization, right? It ain't
PDF pedophile. Anime picture, he, him, she, her.
I feel like it's probably a pretty good time to just reiterate the fact that this is a 42-year-old man doing this shit. I mean, the way he's trying to cope with this shit is it's just pretty sad. Saying, oh, I don't need this streamer community. I don't need any of the award shows. I don't need this. I don't need that. Oh, man, well, you don't really have the choice. It's a lot easier to say you don't need something when you don't have the opportunity, or will probably never be awarded the opportunity again to be a part of those things. And then bragging about the Lambo, saying people only walk up to me to say good things. Yeah, that's probably because most people just don't care enough. You know what I mean? And then again, trying to downplay everything he got called out for as things that only people with pronouns and anime profile pictures care about. It's like, no, dude, that's just shit that the average person is not going to be a super big fan of. Anyways, thankfully for us, that's effectively where this little rant ended, and it's just a pretty sad display. Grown man who just can't come to the realization that he made a mistake. He should just own up to it and move on, because obviously his audience doesn't give a shit. Why is he dragging it? Why is he bringing it back up? People are going to have an opinion on you when you do shit like this, especially as a public figure. Why bring it back up? Why have a meltdown over people not supporting you talking to a kid? Just seems like a really fucking weird hill to die on. Well, guys, what do you think? Not even really like what do you think about what DrDisrespect is saying or like what he's done, because, you know, there's really only so many correct answers for that one. More so just like, why do you think he's doing this? Do you think he's really just trying to get this shit off of his chest, or do you think there's some ulterior motive? Personally, I feel like there's really no reason to bring all of this stuff back up when everybody else had forgotten about it. Like, seriously, nobody cares about this stuff anymore, and then you make this huge scene where you have like a little meltdown and you say stupid shit like, why did people turn their back on me when it came out I was talking to a kid? Who does that? You make a fool of yourself, seemingly on purpose. For what reason? I don't know. It just doesn't really make any sense to me, because the guy was like doing relatively fine. Surely isn't hurting for anything, so like, I don't know. Just seems like a bad move. But I mean, you know what else is a bad move? Talking to a minor as a, 40-year-old man. So I guess it's on brand, huh? See ya.